Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? How my poor heart aches every step you take. Hey there, my name's Mark, and I just want to take a moment to let you know about and to invite you to the South City Folk Jam. Now, the South City Folk Jam is simply a gathering of musicians of all skill levels who meet once a month to play a lot of fun songs together. So if you play a folk instrument, for example, the acoustic guitar, or maybe you play the ukulele, or a fiddle, or a banjo, or a mandolin, or an accordion, or percussion like bongos or a djembe, or maybe you just like to sing, then I want to invite you to come on out and join the band. Now, when you come, you'll be handed a songbook that is filled with all different styles of folk music. And we use that term in a very generous kind of way. And folk music can be anything from really old-timey American classics like O Shenandoah, or anything from the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack, if you know that movie, as well as a lot of selections from the American folk revival of the 1950s and 60s. So Bob Dylan, Pete Seeger, Peter, Paul and Mary, all that kind of stuff, as well as just hits. We play a lot of songs from the 60s until the contemporary day, whether it's the Beatles or the Eagles or Green Day, or right there I was singing The Police, Every Breath You Take. I mean, that's probably the number one song from the 1980s, I think. But again, we're just kind of all over the map in terms of what we call folk music. The thing that all these songs have in common is that they're relatively easy to play. So as long as you know your 10 basic chords, then you're going to do just fine at the Folk Jam. So for example, if you come, you should know a G chord, a C, a D, E, E minor, A minor, B7, B minor, and F. And that's about it. Now, there are a few outlier chords that show up once in a while, but seriously, probably 90% of our songs are some assimilation of those 10 chords. So what I really like about the Folk Jam, amongst many things, is the way that it works for all skill levels of musicians. So say you're a relative beginner, maybe you've only been playing for a couple months, but you know your 10 basic chords, then you're going to do just fine. Come on out. You'll make it through every song. Now, your strumming and your rhythm might still need some work, but one of the best ways to improve rhythm and strumming is to come and play with better musicians. So the Folk Jam works really well for relative beginners. But the Folk Jam also is great for really seasoned players. Maybe you've been playing for decades and you got some chops. Well, come on out. We can always make room for solos and chance for people to kind of showcase what they can do, which is always a lot of fun. So the Folk Jam, it works for all skill levels, and I really like that, how it's inclusive. You know, it doesn't matter if you've played for a long time or not. Everybody's in the band when they come, and it makes for a lot of fun. Now, our next jam is coming up. It's going to be on Saturday, June 14th, and once again, we'll be at the South San Francisco Parks and Rec building, which is right there on the corner of El Camino and Westboro or Chestnut, depending on which side of El Camino you're on. But the official address is 901 Civic Campus Way, and we will be, again, in room 235, which is on the second floor. Now, all drop-in classes, well, that's from 3 to 5 p.m., by the way. Room 235 from 3 to 5 p.m. And all drop-in classes, by the way, at the Parks and Rec do require a $6 drop-in fee, and that is to be in cash only. So if you could bring that on June 14th, that would be much appreciated. Other than that, I hope to see you there. The Folk Jam is just a whole lot of fun, and I think it's been growing, and it's been really sweet to watch it grow. We live in a pretty hectic culture, pretty distracted world, I feel like, and the Folk Jam is one of those opportunities to kind of take a break. Turn off your screens for a little while, get out of your house, come connect again with real people, and I find it's just been a really powerful experience. And so, yeah, I hope to see you there. So again, it's going to be on Saturday, June 14th from 3 to 5 p.m. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word